Let's turn now to NBC's chief White House correspondent, Kristen Welker, as well as our senior legal correspondent, Jarrett. Ladies, lots to chew over here, but let's for a moment turn to the politics because it's so interesting. Here Donald Trump is. He's indicted. It's history. And from a political perspective, you have to ask whether this helps him or hurts him right now. At the moment, he has every single Republican elected, every single potential political rival singing from the same sheet of music and defending him.
That's absolutely right, Savannah. There's no doubt in the short term, this energizes his base. As one Republican said to me overnight, they like a fight, and now they've got one. That's for sure. He's defiant. He's digging in. Here's the question. Will his GOP rivals start to take the gloves off at some point? Will they, for example, take a page from Trump's playbook in 2016 against Hillary Clinton? Remember what he argued? He said she has too much legal baggage to govern. Will they start to use that argument, for example? That could start to have an impact.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's not just this case. It's the classified documents case. There's a special counsel involved. It's his alleged involvement in the January 6th insurrection. It's the election interference case as well. Do we suspect at some point that his rivals lump all of this together and use him to paint the president as someone who is too troubled to run?
That is the X factor here. Do we see more indictments surrounding those other legal cases that you mentioned, Craig? If we do, that's when you could really start to see cracks around the edges of his base of support. If people who support him say, hey, we love Trump, but we're concerned about his prospects in a general election, that could have an impact. But again, his Republican rivals would really have to take the gloves off for that to happen.
Laura, I mean, there's a huge question mark. We were just talking with Joe Tacopina. The fact is, nobody right now, other than the prosecutors, know what the legal theory is underpinning this case. And that is that to me is the question.
Yeah.
Because we can't assess the strength of this case until we see the underlying facts and the underlying legal theory.
Yeah, and the underlying evidence is going to be key here, too, because what you got from Tacopina just now was this idea that it didn't go to a third party, this false representation. If, in fact, this is a false business records case, the DA brings those all the time. But the business records needs to go outside of the company in order for prosecutors to prove that someone has been defrauded. And so if prosecutors have that theory, that will be very different from what we understand those facts to be right now. And that's going to be key when the indictment comes out.
Do you think that the indictment will be unsealed before this arraignment on Tuesday?
It easily could be. The prosecutors could go in today and ask for it to be unsealed. Sometimes they want to get it unsealed so they can hold a press conference. Sometimes they decide to wait until the actual arraignment. We just have to see.
All right. Kristen and Laura, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.